What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're actually going from Los Angeles area up to like Burbank in morning rush hour traffic. It's 8:17 a.m. So let's see how Autopilot on this newest update that I just got does in this rush hour traffic, to see if it does any glitches and to see if it's pretty smooth this whole ride. So welcome back to the channel and thanks for watching another video. Please hit that like, it really supports the channel, and let's get into it. Thanks for watching another video, guys. If you're new here, my name is Dennis. I have a Tesla Model Y Performance and I make videos about my experience. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So we just got onto the 101 North. Let's go ahead and throw it into Autopilot. Of course, there's definitely a little bit of traffic right here coming through the, or as we go through the Silver Lake area, and then we're going through the Hollywood, past the Hollywood sign. And yeah, definitely a good amount of traffic right here. We're slowing down to about 10 miles an hour. Cruise control speed setting is still set to 75. We're just pacing this car in front of us. There is a highway on-ramp to the right, and a couple cars are going to come in at this same moment. So let's see how Autopilot kind of navigates this. It's accelerating a little bit. I don't like what it's doing. Okay, finally it slowed down to let this truck come into us, but then it alerted that this car was coming into our lane, which obviously as a human driver we see that the highway on-ramp is coming into our lane, but I guess Tesla just thinks that a car is just veering into our lane and it's going to get into an accident. Increasing speed to about 20 miles an hour, still pacing these cars in front of us. Still going pretty slow now at 34. The nag timer just hit us, so we're going to go ahead and appease it with the hitting the scroll wheel. And now we just cruise along as we follow these cars in front of us. A little bit of braking right there. These cars in front of us have slowed down a little bit, so we're just closing this gap as we slow down to 20 miles an hour. In terms of what version this is a 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance, version 10.2, 2021.12.25.7. And I was trying to see if I had some of the new features, but I couldn't actually figure it out. So let's see if I have Disney Plus. Okay, of course it's blacked out, so I can't even see if I have Disney Plus, but I do see a different game right there, Skyforce Reloaded. Not exactly sure if that's a new game or not, but the one feature I was kind of excited about with the new download or new update is that I would hopefully be able to just hit the battery, and then it would switch from range of miles to the battery percentage, but it doesn't seem to exactly do that. I still have to go into settings and then display to be able to switch that. But Autopilot is just cruising along right now, just following this truck. We should probably get out this lane because there's a lot of cars that come onto the highway via the on-ramp, and that's just more chances for Autopilot to glitch. Autopilot just didn't accelerate to close that gap right there, which was good because this car came off of the local roads onto the highway. So let's go ahead and make a left lane change manually. Just hit that left ticker and then it threw it out of auto steer. And now I went to the lane and then threw it back into auto steer. Still going pretty slow. The left lanes are going quite a bit faster, so I just hit the left ticker, but it hasn't thrown it out of auto steer yet. So let me just, for some reason it's not throwing it out of auto steer at all, even though I keep hitting the left ticker. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it out of auto steer manually by hitting the steering wheel. Now I'm into the lane and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back into Autopilot. It looks like we got out of the Los Angeles traffic. We're just cruising along now at 58 miles an hour. We're about to pass the Hollywood sign on our right side, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little bit more traffic coming up, or bumper to bumper traffic, so we'll see what happens when we get there. So we're now passing the Studio City area. Been pretty consistent with about 55 miles an hour. Really no traffic through this area yet, but in terms of the conditions out, it's a pretty cloudy day, so really no conditions where it could trigger the Autopilot system to glitch. 74 degrees out as we drive through the valley in the California or Los Angeles area. I think I need to get into the left lane, so let's go ahead and throw it out of autopilot. It's for some reason not kicking it out of autopilot anymore, even though I'm hitting the left turn signal. So I guess I just have to kick it out of autopilot myself, make the left lane change manually. I'll make 2 left lane changes there, and then throw it back into autopilot. Now going about 72 miles an hour. Actually, I misspoke. I don't think there's going to be any traffic going up this route because we're going to go through the Burbank area. If we went towards the North Hollywood area onto that other highway, there probably would have been some traffic because it does get pretty congested in that area. So this is probably going to be smooth sailing until we get up past Burbank, and then I probably will end it after that if there's no traffic. A little bit of braking right there as this car is just going a little bit slower than maybe everybody else is. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably right lane change out of from behind him. But I do have to wait because a lot of these cars on the right behind me or in the right lane are going a little bit faster. But let's go ahead and go into the HOV lane because I actually do have my stickers. I just haven't put them on the car yet. So I should be okay just to do a quick pass around it. So just accelerated and went around them on the left, which is completely legal, I think. And now we just went ahead and throw it back into autopilot and cruise control at 85 miles an hour, which is actually pretty fast as we make this right lane or right curve turn on this highway. Should probably dial that back under 79. I'm gonna get out of the left lane just so cars can pass me on the left. Now into the right lane, throwing it back into autopilot, and I'm gonna dial it back down to 79. Just because I feel like it just does a little bit more efficient with the battery under 80 miles an hour. Autopilot still does this even though you're in a right lane curve or a left curve. It's going to hug to the outside of the lane. You can see that it's not always in the center of the lane. I guess, of course, it's still trying to predict or make moves within the lane as it's kind of making the turn, instead of trying to predict ahead of time that there's a right turn coming or a right curve coming and try and position itself so that the momentum doesn't push it to the outside of the lane. So maybe in future updates it will be able to kind of handle that, but it's been like that every single update since I've had a Tesla. You can see Tesla kind of avoided that bus a little bit, was hanging to the left side as we passed that bus, and then after we passed it, it went to the center of the lane. Which is actually pretty interesting that it tries to stay away from bigger cars just in case they want to do like a lane change or swerve within their lane. So the left lane is going a little bit faster, and again I did the left lane trigger but it did not throw it out of autopilot. Okay, so I guess it tries to predict if you should do it or not, and so that's its like subtle way of telling you that you should not try and do the lane change, because this car that in front of us actually was kind of in our blind spot a little bit when we threw on the left trigger. And so it didn't throw it off autopilot or it didn't throw it off auto steer because it wanted us to stay within the lane. So now I do see a little bit of traffic coming up here, so I threw it back into autopilot. I'm going pretty fast at 79 miles an hour. So we'll see how autopilot handles this next area and the slowdown and adjustments it does with these cars in front of us. A little bit of braking. These cars in the left lane are going a little bit slower. There's all these cars around us in front of us, all going a little bit slower. We're going about 56 miles an hour. Cruise control speed setting is still set to 79 miles an hour. This truck is coming into our lane a little bit. The nag timer just went off, so I just went ahead and hit it. We should probably get into the left lane if we can. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it out of auto steer. Make a couple left lane changes. Don't want to be behind any of these semi trucks, so let's keep going into the left lane a little bit. Looks like we can go all the way into the left lane, and I'm going to throw it into autopilot. It's most likely going to be no traffic from here on out as we head up to the north of LA or northern SoCal. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and end it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it. And let me know if you have any questions on autopilot or buying a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y or any Tesla for that matter. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.